I took a break from watching some of the videos of the destruction caused by the Category 5 hurricane on the western side of Jamaica. And then I took a break for 2 days and then I looked for some more. Some people in Westmoreland and other places in Jamaica was saying that there are actually like 100 dead bodies in their area, but the Jamaican government has not been releasing that. And I was speaking to some other people, and they were trying to tell me that maybe they have to identify the bodies before they can say yes, all those confirmed deaths. So it's really sad what's happened in Jamaica. People are basically homeless. But I actually watched some videos at World Central Kitchen. They went to Jamaica and they cooked 6,000 meals on one day and they distributed the meals to people who basically actually have been starving for 4 days. Also, I saw something strange. I saw some people with like a generator. They hooked it up to the river and they were washing the clothes in the washing machine. Somehow, I'm not sure how they did that, but I thought that the river water actually might get them sick because maybe they have different viruses or stuff in there. But they were happy about it. I also saw some people playing in water, like it was at the beach. I guess since the river is still, since the river already overflowed its banks, I was going to the street. They tried to make fun out of an extremely terrible situation. I also was trying to look up videos of Cuba and the Bahamas with Hurricane Melissa, but I didn't see any. I searched in YouTube. I searched for Hurricane Melissa, and the news stations have been focusing mainly on Jamaica. I guess if I typed in Cuba specifically or the Bahamas, I would have gotten something. But I'm actually happy that all the news are there. There's CBS, NBC, Sky News, and also Fox Weather. They've been documenting everything that's going on. Those people are very brave to actually fly down there to actually be in a Category 5 hurricane and videotape the damage. And they're brave because when they're driving to the western side of Jamaica, they actually have to pass tons of lampposts that are only half standing and they actually can fall on their vehicles and kill them or something. But they're brave about that. So I've been very thankful that those news stations have been in Jamaica. Oh, hi, hello subscribers. How are you? I'm doing fine. I hope you guys are doing well also. I was having wondering, like, I wonder if St. Kitts and Nevis would ever get struck with the eye of a Category 5 or Category 4, even Category 3 hurricane. It actually would be very destructive. I hope it doesn't happen, but climate change has made the hurricanes stronger. But actually, the Sahara dust coming off the coast of Africa, when it's there, it actually weakens the hurricanes, makes it less likely for them to develop very strongly. But it's actually not good for people with asthma and people with sinus problems. It really messes them up and they have to stay inside. Oh, I actually live in St. Kitts and Nevis. It's a country in the Caribbean. It's actually the smallest country in the Western Hemisphere by area and population. Okay, so I remember in 1998 when there was Hurricane George in St. Kitts and Nevis. Half of the buildings lost their roofs and tons of trees fell down like coconut trees and palm trees and lampposts fell down. It actually was terrible. We didn't have a lot of food for days and the roof of of my grandmother's house was leaking. And that's basically if your roof didn't go, then it's most likely it was leaking. So it was really, really bad. And we all had to stay downstairs of my grandmother's house that she rented. And it was good because it's very scary to be upstairs when it's actually a hurricane because you have no idea what would happen. And also, I saw some of the videos from Jamaica. This guy was explaining how he survived the hurricane. He had to go on top of his roof during the hurricane, which is really crazy. I'm surprised he didn't fall down because those winds are extremely strong. Because he said his house was lifting up, so that's really crazy. Another topic, I was reading an article from Science Daily. There was a really small study that found out that if your IQ is higher, you're better to able to hear somebody in a noisy environment. For example, they played some sounds, the people background sounds of people speaking, but they had the participants had to focus on actually specific words from one person, and they said the higher your IQ, the better you're able to hear in a noisy environment. I thought it actually was interesting. The study was really small, and they initially were not studying that, they were studying something else. They were studying something to do with autistic people, people that have fetal alcohol syndrome, and neurotypical people. And basically, what they found out is that it didn't matter what group they were in. If your IQ was high, you were able to hear it. Oh, in the comments it says, "Oh, you weren't sure what my country's name is." Yes, my country's name is Saint Kitts and Nevis, also known as Saint Christopher and Nevis. It's in the Leeward Islands in the Caribbean in the Lesser Antilles. So yeah, so when I was watching the video from Wayne Marshall and Tammy Chin, I watched their vlogs called Meet the Mitchells. So Wayne Marshall's real last name is Mitchell. They listed many organizations that people can donate to help Jamaica. Yeah, but climate change is really terrible, and I don't really think that the world is gonna stop it from happening, but I'm guessing that we will all have to just deal with it. Okay, also, okay, I saw this, I subscribed to, sorry, I follow these people on Instagram called 9 Mile JA. They're actually a restaurant in Toronto, Jamaican restaurant in Toronto, and I saw something great what they were showing the other day. They were showing that they mixed Chinese cuisine and Jamaican cuisine. They made oxtail chow mein and oxtail fried rice, and they also made spring rolls, I think with oxtail and macaroni and some other Chinese stuff. So that was really cool. Their food looks really great. So I guess if you live in Toronto, Canada, you can check them out. Also, I recently released this song called Vice Versa Love from Barrington Levy, who's a Jamaican singer from so a lot of years ago. That song came out in 1993, and I think we need more now than ever because it's about people refraining from violence and stopping to like people basically they're divided. It's a song about ending division and decreasing violence. So he said the whole world needs vice versa love, and I think we need this more now than ever. And his song is great. It doesn't matter what decade it is in. So it basically flows into the universe. He put out positive energy, and that's why his song is actually legendary still today. Yesterday, wanted to watch the highlights of the Women's Cricket World Cup, the final between India and South Africa, but I got the time wrong. In my head, I calculated it differently because it was using a 24-hour clock on the Widow Cricket Channel schedule. So I missed it. I was trying to find some highlights on YouTube, and I didn't really find good highlights. So, but I was really happy for India because India has gone through a lot, and India is a kind of poor country. I was backing them a little bit more than South Africa. I also like the South African team also, but I was really happy that the Indian women won the International Cricket Women's World Cup, and I'm happy that the crowds came out to see them in India because the matches were being played in India and also in South Africa. Oh, okay. So I usually like to look up every day. I'd like to look up psychic stuff. Like I go on TikTok and look up psychic reading, psychic medium, soulmate psychics, angels, guardian angels, spirit guides, stuff like that. And I look at the videos that resonate with me, and I feel like it helps me. I've also been watching some more episodes of this show called Live from the Other Side with Tyler Henry, who's a psychic medium. I actually love his show. I didn't realize he was gonna have more episodes. I was watching it last year, and I only realized later that he had new episodes. So I'm so happy that I've been watching that. I'm happy that he comforts people and he has access to the other side. They give him messages and stuff like that. Okay, so I hope you have a great day. This is what I had to speak about. So I hope that your day goes well.